So good morning, you guys. I wanted to come on here because, as you guys can see, yesterday I will post a vlog of Legacy's first birthday. I wanted to talk about something a little different, something very dear to my heart, and a lot of moms can relate. I want to talk to you guys about breastfeeding. For me, I breastfed Legacy for 11 months straight. We introduced formula quite like midways, and we introduced formula, but not a whole lot of formula. Just if I'm away, and it wasn't real strict because I was home all day, so basically, if I'm home all day, he's always on the boob, and he's never like not with me. But if I was away and I didn't leave breast milk because I really had no need to actually pump out my milk, so he was always on the breast. If I was away, I would leave. I bought the Infamil, the purple can, because it says, if you do your research about the gasiness in the baby and stuff like that. And I also had that along with Carson. I breastfed Carson for 18 months. So I want to talk about the pros and the cons of breastfeeding, the tips and the tricks and the things that helped me along the way. Me and Royalty didn't get that far simply because she was in the NICU. So they introduced formula like right away with her. They didn't want to wait on my milk to come in because she was already born at 33 weeks and 6 days. So, and the fact that she wasn't eating properly right, they went ahead and gave her a bottle. So me and her only breastfed like exclusively for 4 months. So now that we're, I want to say, officially done, me and Legacy, yay. It's kind of bittersweet simply because Legacy is me and my husband's last child together. And I know that breastfeeding, it helps with the bonding experience. And, it helps with a lot of things like early development for the babies and antibiotics. And it's, to me, I'm pro breastfeeding. Some women are lucky enough to be able to go ahead from birth to 3 to 4 years of breastfeeding. I never intended to go that long. Even at 18 months, I never intended to go that long breastfeeding. I'm recording, Royalty. What you need, Mama? Yeah. So, I'm gonna give it to you in a minute, okay? So I never intended on going that long breastfeeding, but since I did, there wasn't a problem with me breastfeeding. So yes, even at 18 months, I never just set a goal for myself to, okay, I'm gonna go for a year of breastfeeding, or 18 months to 24 months. I totally was going to leave it up to Carson to decide. And now we are here discussing Legacy's wean and how he weaned. And basically, at 11 months, I didn't pressure him to wean either. I totally left it up to him to, if he was going to wean or he was going to continue to breastfeed. And I'll share with you guys some of the pros and some of the cons, which I'm sure you guys have heard of. But if you are a new mom out there and you're interested in breastfeeding, and if you're having a bit of a problem with, nursing, either if it's on one side or both sides, or you feel as if the milk is not coming in, I can help alleviate a little bit of your problems, or even if some sort of suggestion that I tried that maybe you could try that can help with breastfeeding. Here's some of the things that I've tried. So, of course, fluid intake. Fluid intake, along with a healthy diet, whatever your diet look like. And everyone eats different, so you can't just say healthy diet like you gotta go exclusively vegan, or you gotta exclusively be eating like super like, okay, that's vegetarian, or greens every day, or it just have to be, for that I think, something like hard. I would say continue to take your prenatal vitamins. Um, but I also have something that I incorporated when I learned along the way, when I did have a decrease in my milk, or a drop in my milk with Carson. I learned about the fenugreek pills, or tablets. These are a lifesaver, and they work for numerous of things. Let me show you how the capsules. I have a few still left in here, but not a whole bunch, because I want you to know that I'm not getting sponsored for this video. So I want you guys to see that I'm not going to talk about something that I don't actually use. Fenugreek. It has had 610 capsules in here. And this is the bottom. Exactly. 610 is clearly nowhere in this bottle. It's like hollow. So, along with this fenugreek tablets, I would continue to take my prenatal vitamins and drink lots of fluids. And you know, sometimes we get tired of just drinking water, like plain water. So spruce it up. You can add lemon in the water. You can add fruit to the water. Some women like Gatorade, but I've heard that, you know, some women don't want a chance to Gatorade with the sugar content in there. So get the Gatorade Zero. I've tried it. I think it is a booster, but I don't really see the difference, because I was drinking, every time I sat down to nurse, I would have a big 8-ounce glass of water. And I would even get fancy. I got real fancy, and I bought me a cute little water bottle. If I think I could find my water bottle so you guys can see. But this is a must. Water is your best friend. Juices and all the other things is okay, but water is life. So water is your best friend, and especially your number one best friend when breastfeeding. You will see the results. Even if you're on your cycle, if you're just having an off day and the baby is fussy, and if you gotta just pump and breastfeed on one side, if your nipples are hurting and things of that sort, you just got to try what works for you. But never feel pressure to feed your child. It's your body, it's your child. And in my motto, as long as the baby eats, that's what's the goal. Not to just be a breastfeeding mom. Because although I was a breastfeeding mom and just finished my cycle of completely being done with